for our valued clients.
Now serving Rio Grande Valley and throughout Texas, you can count on Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing to deliver more. Call 956-655-6178 or visit ChamberlainLTD.com to learn more.
Thank you, Weslaco, and thank you, Rio Grande Valley, for listening today to News Talk 710 KURV, the Valley's official home for Fox News Radio.
Time is 9:20, the Sergio Show on News Talk 710 KURV. It's a Monday, and we're back at Jay Gonzalez, Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you, HQ. We're in Edinburgh. Jesse Gonzalez joining us. Did you go live already on some of the social media sites? Jesse, you want to acknowledge some of the sites you're on right now?
It's Jay Gonzalez, Injury Attorneys, Facebook, and it's Jay Gonzalez, Top Lawyer, Instagram, and that's what's going on right now. Serge, how do you like your coffee this morning?
Oh, it's wonderful. Thank you to George. He's back there. He provides us coffee every.
Shout out to Patty Acosta and Joel Zapata, who are watching us at Jay Gonzalez, Top Lawyer, Instagram.
There are a few points. By the way, bring Jesse's microphone up a little bit more so I can hear him a little stronger. There are a few points, talking points. This weekend, I understand you're one of the sponsors for Onion Fest, which is, you don't need to smell like onion to participate in Onion Fest. Unlike all of my FM crew, they smell like onion. They'd be perfect for that, except for Mando San Roman. Mando San Roman does not smell like onion.
You like onions in your Whataburger?
Yes, I do. Those are not 10, 15 onions. Those are real pungent, strong. Have you noticed that? Man, you drop one of those suckers and...
But do you like them raw or grilled? Grilled onions? Sauteed?
I would prefer them grilled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would prefer them grilled.
Mm-hmm.
They have I think it's the patty melt.
You like extra pickles in your Whataburger?
No. Is that how you order it?
Bacon?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so when I go to Whataburger, it's like, let me have a number 5, which has got bacon.
Yeah.
Grill the onions, give me extra pickles, and then I want mustard on one bun, and I want mayonnaise in the other. Done.
Does it taste different that way? You have mustard on one and mayo on the other?
So here's a Whataburger tip for all of you that are listening. See, I used to work at Whataburger. And what happens is a lot of people just do what it says that you should do. You want a number 1, you want a number 2, you want a number 3. What happens when you order by number, Serge, this is a life-changing tip for all of you, is that you become like a robot. Because you're back there in the kitchen and you see a number 1, and number 1 is basically a very standard burger. And you're not even thinking about what you're doing. It becomes very mechanical. It becomes very robotic. But when somebody says, I want a number 5, I want you to grill the onions, I want you to put mustard and mayonnaise, throw in some jalapenos. When you see that on the screen, you wake up from your slumber, from your robotic state of mind, and you wake up and now you have to think about what you're doing. And then you start applying more passion to your craft. And what you have is a much better burger versus a mechanical cookie cutter. Bum, here you go.
So is that why they screw up the order? Because they see a number 1.
Just change it up.
Versus,
change something up so that the person making the burger wakes up.
They put themselves.
Yes. Otherwise, a number 1, they're not even thinking about what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's so automatic. So change it up a little bit so they can wake up when they do your burger.
That way, se pongan trucha, put themselves truch.
There you go. There you
wake
go.
up and give you a good burger. Jesse Gonzalez, we're at J. Gonzalez Injury Attorneys HQ. It's a Monday, and you can call 1-800-CAR-CRASH. God forbid anything bad happens to you on the road, but if it does, remember Jesse. So the reason we're talking about Whataburger, we should send them a bill for the airtime we gave them right now.
No kidding.
Yeah, right.
Jesus.
We're mentioning them, the favorite burger chain around here. I'll not mention their name again because of onions. I don't know where they get that. Which, by the way, Jesse and the crew here, they're helping to sponsor Onion Fest, which is a great tradition in Weslaco. It begins at 10:15 in the morning. It ends at 10:15 at night.
Really?
And of course, why? Oh, it's the 10:15 onion.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's
right.
why they do that. And they have this onion eating competition where you bite into that sucker like an apple. And sometimes they get like people from media and business, recognizable folks who do that. Would you do something like that? Like, hey, Mr. Gonzalez, thank you for sponsoring Onion Fest in Weslaco. Would you join us for the celebrity onion eating competition where you take the bite into it?
Have you ever done that? Have you ever bitten into a
No.
raw onion? I have. Yeah, it's.
Which I think the 10:15 would be a little better because it's not as pungent, it's not as strong as whatever they put in the Whataburger onions.
Yeah.
Those are like really, really strong. Think
Yeah.
you drop like a little cube of that onion from that burger
Yeah.
In your office or in the break room or even worse in your truck.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to smell like FMDJ for the rest
Yeah.
of the day.
For sure.
For exception of Anderson Roman. He doesn't smell like that. So Texas Onion Fest this Saturday.
Yeah.
You're going to have a booth there, right? You're going to be
Yes.
having out swag and things like that.
Yeah.
The team.
It says here.
It's like the community segment.
I'm looking at this World Cup segment, right?
I went to number 7 already because I thought we'd get that one.
Okay,
Away.
we know that. We're sponsoring the onion.
Texas Onion Fest.
And we're going to have a booth. We're going to be giving away a bunch of different stuff, koozies.
I have a
and
collection of
caps
some of the
and
stuff.
all sorts of stuff.
I have a great T-shirt. I can't wear it because it's too small for me, but Noah can wear it. My son, because he's fit, he's thin, wears large. It's got Jesse walking through the world of the universe with like the world exploding behind it. It's pretty cool. And it got those little light up little wristbands and other swag that you give away.
Yeah, that too.
Pretty cool stuff.
We do a lot of little nice, cool little Jay Gonzalez Top Lawyer gadgets. We give away caps, T-shirts, you name it. Good stuff.
This coming Saturday, Texas Onion Fest. You show up at 10, you're going to have to wait 15 minutes because they start at 10:15. Okay. World Cup coming up in June. Are you a big soccer fan?
When the World Cup's on, I pay attention. Like I try to keep up with what's going on and who's winning and things like that. But if it's not World Cup related, I don't care. Like I don't keep up with MLS or that's what they're called here in the U.S.
Yeah.
I don't keep up with the European leagues. I don't keep up with the but World Cup I do. I want to know who's winning. I want to know if the U.S. is still alive and competing. So
I gotta ask you because this is a sore spot. Every 4 years when they do this at the station, as you know, we have multiple radio stations at Radio United.
Yes.
The majority of them are Spanish-speaking stations, or Super Tejano. That's the only one that's like a mix. You'll hear Anderson Roman next hour here. But La Ley is all that banda noise and stuff.
Your favorite?
Yeah. So Mexico versus the U.S. I don't know. Producer Freddie would know this because he knows everything about soccer, or as he calls it, football. USA versus Mexico. Which jersey would you wear on that day?
American.
Attaboy.
American. Look, I mean, I love Mexico.
And I do too.
I love Mexico. I mean, I'm Mexican American, and but through and through, it's USA all the way.
Does it upset you if you see somebody wearing like Mexico shirts all around you
No,
on a USA versus Mexico?
no,
match?
I'm neutral to that. Like some people are more proud of their Mexican heritage than they are if they're American, even though they were born in America from, Latino parents that maybe came obviously before them and lived in Mexico. But I guess to each their own. But I'm a proud American. I was born here. And incidentally, my father was born in Peñitas and my mother was born in Alice. So they also were Americans, but they didn't speak English. Because as soon as they were born here, they grew up across the river in Reynosa Diaz, my father, and Diaz Ordaz, Tamaulipas, my mom. They lived there till they were 26, 29 respectively. And then they came back to Mission. So.
Are you going to attend any of the games? There's like LA, Dallas, Houston, nation's capital.
So FIFA, they've got a website where you can go online and you can like select where you want to go see the game. And it's like a kind of like a raffle of some sort. Like you bid, you enter like, I want to go here. And they're like, well, this is the price range. We'll let you know if you win. So I guess they randomly select people that they're going to give these tickets to. I mean, you're going to pay for them, but you're not paying scalper prices. You're paying what the tickets should cost. And they'll tell you what area, what section, what seat, and then you choose.
So you've looked into it?
And I've already, I submitted it. And I haven't heard back from them, but...
Which game? Which one?
Houston.
Okay.
And then Mexico City. Which, by the way, I'm kind of annoyed because the World Cup is until what, June?
It's June. Yeah.
But hotel prices in Mexico City have just completely spiked already because of the World Cup. People are already going in there for preparations and laying the groundwork and reporters and this and that. And I guess hotel prices have just completely spiked. And they're attributing the spike already to the World Cup.
The World Cup.
And I mean, we're talking, sometimes you can stay, for example, at the JW Marriott for like $300 a night. You go today, it's $1,200. Sometimes you can get the Four Seasons for $600-700 a night. You go now, it's like $2,000. So, hotel prices are definitely spiking in Mexico City. I would imagine it's going to happen also in Guadalajara and in Monterrey.
Yes, I was about to say. The spasm of violence a few days back in Guadalajara. There were some comments related to that about the World Cup or maybe moving it out of Guadalajara. And FIFA said, no, too late. Yeah. It's Mexico City. Guadalajara, it is what it is. We're going to stick with those cities. In Canada, because this is I'll call it a FIFA NAFTA World Cup, the old free trade agreement. So Canada has Toronto and Vancouver. You ever been to either one of those?
Yes, I have.
Are they nice?
Very nice. Vancouver, for those of you that don't know much about geography, it's over in the west.
Okay.
So it's near Seattle, Washington.
Okay.
So you go to Seattle and then you fly over to Vancouver, and it's right there by Alaska. So if you do for example, if you do like an Alaska cruise, you start in Vancouver. And that's why I went to Vancouver. Also, there's a ski resort called Whistler. That's in Vancouver. And but you fly into Vancouver to get to the Whistler.
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 I heard Sizzler. Oh, that's
no.
Delicious. Oh,
Whistler.
Whistler.
Yeah, and then of course Toronto is on the other side.
Yeah.
Montreal also. Winnipeg, right? Winnipeg.
Yeah.
That's another city. That's close to Minnesota. And when we used to work in the fields in Fargo-Moorhead, Minnesota, you could travel north roughly 2-3 hours, and you're in Winnipeg, Canada.
Nice.
So, I mean, and then there's a place called Banff, another ski resort that I've never been to, but I hear is great. And maybe I'll like to check that out maybe next spring break, which, by the way, I just got back from Colorado, went to Vail, and it was warm, Serge. I mean, people were skiing, shirtless, and girls wearing just a bikini top. And my daughter and my son were out there, and she wanted to take her jacket off. wanted to
That
be a
warm.
t-shirt. Yeah.
But
Nope.
still some snow wherever you went.
It was, I mean, there was a lot of trails were closed, but definitely the warmest I've ever experienced Colorado since I've been going in my 20s.
That was part of the news pile this morning as the record heat in the Southwest that went all the way up to Colorado and all the way to Texas, the Lubbock area. They were breaking record highs this past weekend.
You
the
see?
Southwest. Very dry,
Yeah.
very hot.
Very dry. Not a cloud in the sky the entire time.
Are you okay on time?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're with me this hour, right?
Yeah, I'm
okay.
good. I'm good.
Since you joined me early, I'll tell you what, we're going to go back
Sure.
to the standard clock.
Nice.
We'll pay some bills, a little bit of news, come back and close out the hour with you. The other
Fantastic.
cities that are holding the World Cup, we mentioned Toronto and Vancouver. I've wanted to go to Toronto because of the Blue Jays. I've been wanting to visit that stadium. So it looks like a beautiful stadium. And we got a
Yeah.
portion of the Astros there as well.
Yeah.
Springer, Guadalajara, Mexico City, Monterrey.
Yeah.
I don't know who's like matched up where, but Monterrey would be a good place.
And they just opened a direct flight from McAllen
Yes.
to Monterrey.
It's a smaller plane. Did you see it?
It's a propeller.
How it
plane.
oos? Yeah.
But I mean, I think it gets you there like in 30 minutes. It's got
Oh
to
yeah,
be.
that's great.
So,
So avoid the line at the inspection and all that,
It's fantastic. Think
and
about
avoid
it.
the extracurriculars police individuals
yes.
on the highways that are asking
Absolutely.
you for money.
Yeah, you take that autopista and they'll pull you over at least 3-4 times.
In the U.S., as we mentioned, Houston and Dallas, which Dallas seems to be the main media HQ for all this. I think Freddie, if you can hear me, is the final, the championship game, is it played in Dallas? Because I thought Dallas was like a big draw for this. Atlanta, Boston, Kansas City, LA, Miami.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
Which
impressive.
one surprised you? Kansas City?
no, Dallas got the final for FIFA?
Well, there was a headline.
I think-
Freddie can't hear me. We still have a stupid little speaker. He can't hear me right now.
I think it's LA.
LA is the final.
I think
game?
I think it was a big deal. I mean, whoever
Yeah.
got the final was a big deal, and Jerry didn't pull it off.
that wouldn't surprise me. But Dallas is playing a big role when it comes to media and all that. Miami, New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, San Francisco, Seattle. There you go. Those are the cities that are hosting it. You, Lord willing, you'll wind up in Mexico City if you get it right. You're still waiting on the
Yeah.
lottery.
Sure. And who knows? Maybe you can still get decent scalper tickets. But certainly I'd like to go. I've never
Well,
been to a World Cup game.
if just a suggestion as a friend, if you're going to do the scalper thing, do it in Houston. Don't try the streets of Mexico City.
Yeah.
Time is 9:36. The Sergio Show on News Talk 710 KURV. We'll back to the mothership and mission. Mr. Freddie, we're going to pay some bills, do a little bit of news, then come back and finish the hour with Jesse Gonzalez. Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys. Call 1-800-CAR CRASH. When we come back, I think I've asked Jesse this before, if he is a cat guy or a dog guy. We'll save it for after the break. And we'll look at our favorite tamale spread. Favorite tamales. Today is National Tamale Day, by the way. That's coming up next. The Sergio Show on News Talk 710 KURV from Jay Gonzalez, Injury Attorneys, HQ in Edinburgh.
We'll be right back, folks.
Tax time, drive time at Toyota Far, and your refund just became your new ride. Drive a new Tacoma for only $93 a month, a powerful Tundra for $207, Camry for $289, or a RAV4 for $249 a month. Hurry, these offers won't stick around. Visit us at 1625 West Interstate 2 in Far, shop at ToyotaFar.com, or call 956-815-2285. 815-2285.
Toyota Far, somos buena gente.
Time to tango at the Santa Fe Steakhouse Wine Classic, Friday, April 17th. Travel to the heart of Argentina, right here in McAllen, where you'll be seduced by the most coveted wines imaginable as you lose yourself to the tango. Just dancing under the stars at Quinta Mazatlan. It's a night of wine, exquisite cuisine from our finest local chefs, and irresistible rhythm. Reserve your table today, 956-630-2331.
I was ordering food from our usual place for the big meeting. My VP said, "Please, God, no."
For workplaces suffering with corporate catering deficiency, every day's a struggle.
The food was always meh and over budget. Before Easy Cater, I thought that was normal.
Easy Cater is designed to treat CCD with a huge variety of restaurants, help meet dietary needs, and stay on budget. Use daily. One platform lets you save time and thrive. Ask your web browser about Easy Cater or start an order at easycater.com.
Free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. President Trump adds 5 days to his deadline to attack Iran's power grid if they don't open up the Strait of Hormuz. The president just board leaving Florida for Memphis.
We're looking for all of the things that we've been talking about. We want to see no nuclear bomb, no nuclear weapon, not even close to it. Low key on the missiles. We want to see peace in the Middle East. We want the nuclear dust. We're going to want that.
The NTSB leading an investigation into how an Air Canada plane slammed into a fire truck shortly after landing at LaGuardia Airport in New York City late last night, killing 2 pilots and injuring dozens. ICE agents at some airports.
For purposes of the airport, I've requested that they take off the mask. I don't like it for the airport.
That's the president moments ago. America's listening to Fox News.
Your 710 KURV AccuWeather forecast. A hot day with plenty of sun. Highs in the low to mid 90s with an east-southeast wind at 7 to 14 miles an hour. Mainly clear tonight. The low down to 68. Southeast winds at 7 to 14 miles an hour. Another hot day for us on Tuesday. Sunny. Highs in the low to mid 90s. Wednesday, partly sunny. Breezy. Highs in the upper 80s to mid 90s. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on the Valley's official weather station, 710 KURV.
Broadcasting from the Valley's commercial and fleet headquarters studio at PayneAutoGroup.com. You're listening to News Talk 710 KURV. The Sergio Show with Sergio Sanchez. Rapid fire headlines.
We'll do about a minute's worth or so of some of the top news. And if you're traveling by air and you're going to major airports, it seems that it won't affect you if you leave the Valley. Harlingen, Brownsville, McAllen, we're okay. We're the regional, but at the big airports, Houston, Dallas, Washington, D.C., LA, Atlanta. Yeah, another day of long lines at the nation's airports for some, especially the peasants among them.
Not all travelers, though, are stuck in the TSA checkpoint backlog. Senator John Cornyn says that members of Congress can skip the line. He's filed legislation to eliminate that privilege.
Congress is going to have to live with the laws that everybody else has to live with.
The Texas Republican says the change would restore democracy to airport security lines. The bill includes an exception for TSA pre-check and when there are security concerns, he says.
Yeah. Rules for thee, not for me. This craziness has to stop. Put all these Congress people and senators in line at the airport. And you know what? Since they can't figure out to pay TSA, these Democrats holding the legislation hostage on Homeland Security, TSA not being paid. Well, all Congress people, every single one of them, hold their salary. Stop paying them a salary every month until they finally figure out how to pay TSA. You know, these people making like $175,000 a year. TSA agents making like $40,000 a year. No wonder these people are quitting. Left and right, they're quitting or having to do some side hustle to pay their bills. Speaking of airports, Immigration Customs Enforcement, ICE agents will be at the airport starting today to help TSA process some of these lines. The big story of the morning, as you heard on Fox, President Trump putting on hold attacks on Iran for about 5 days. He says that they've had some good conversations about this. And CBS News laying off 6% of their staffers, shuttering its decades-old CBS News radio service. We heard that late last week, this past weekend. CBS News is dead. Final broadcast will be in May. Just, wow. We were a CBS News radio affiliate for the longest time. In fact, when I started 30-some-odd years ago, we were one of the CBS News affiliates. CBS News. I'm Bill Whitney. Honestly, amazing voice. Also, you know how they say there's the deaths come in 3. So CBS News, dead. Chuck Norris passed away this past weekend. You know who's still alive that you would recognize is Captain Kirk. That's right, Captain Kirk, 95. He went to social media. William Shatner went to social media this past weekend, showing that he's still alive. He was smoking a cigar. Jesse, you still here, buddy? Where's Jesse? Okay, I guess I'll keep on going. We're ready for Jesse, by the way. Somebody want to go tell him at the men's room. The fate of the new Texas ban on smokable cannabis appears to be headed to the courts.
The new rules for hemp sales have been officially adopted by the Texas Department of State Health Services, and they include a ban on one of the state's best sellers.
Hemp flower, the most natural form of hemp product, is going to be driven from the legal market.
Heather Fazio is with the Texas Cannabis Policy Center. Hemp stores that were paying $125 a year in licensing fees will see that jump to $5,000. But there is hope for the more than 9,000 hemp stores in Texas. Hometown Hero CBD owner Lucas Gilkey.
Texas Hemp Business Council is already positioning for a lawsuit, and it will include THC flower as well as all the major pain points, including the licensing fees.
The new rules take effect March 31st. In Austin, Chris Fox, News Talk 710 KURV.
Some recall information. Electrolux is recalling 17,000 Frigidaire gas ranges. It's an issue with the oven. The ignition system in the oven is not working well, so you can have a bunch of gas collecting inside the oven, and then a spark, boom. Yeah, that's something again. That baking session is not going to end well. Exercising in the morning is better for your health compared to later in the day, according to some new research. Let's see. Study found that those who exercise earlier in the morning, over 30% less likely to have coronary artery disease, 18% less likely to have high blood pressure, about 20% or so likely to have less chance of having high cholesterol. I'm trying to look for this. Oh, it's pretty good. Researchers presented their findings at the American College of Cardiology, tracking heart rate data for a full year on thousands of people who exercise. So the numbers are pretty reliable that way. And an interesting note from the fashion world. Fashion strongholds, Nike and Swarovski. You know, the crystal people, the gem people, Swarovski. This is an odd mix. Check this out. Limited edition shoe. Of course, you know it's going to be expensive. And some of these Nikes are already expensive, like $300, $500. The Air Jordan 1 High OG and Swarovski collaboration hitting Nike.com this week. Limited edition release wraps the best-selling sneaker, the Air Jordan, clustered with multiple silver Swarovski crystals. Every purchase includes a charm bracelet, 3 dust bags. What is that? Dust bag. And each shoe, the bracelets as well for each shoe. The sneakers, of course, will be over $1,000. We're waiting for Jesse to come back, Freddie. So let's go pay some more bills to clear this segment. That way we can get Jesse here to clear out the hour. Time is 9:47. The Sergio Show at News Talk 710 KURV. We're broadcasting today from J. Gonzalez Injury Attorneys HQ in Edinburgh.
In the Rio Grande Valley, 18-wheeler traffic is heavier than anywhere else in Texas. So if you're involved in an accident, know that big insurance companies will not play fair because they only care about profits, not your health, not the costs you have incurred, and certainly not your pain and suffering. So if you're involved in an 18-wheeler accident, we will stop insurance companies from taking advantage of you. 1-800-CAR-CATCH.
The J. Gonzalez Law Firm, a force for justice.
Are you in the market for a new Toyota or pre-owned Toyota? Look no further than Toyota of Far. They have extensive selection of Toyota cars and Toyota trucks and Toyota SUVs, along with exceptional customer service every step of the way. Number to call, 956-815-2285.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen Mission.
Time is 9:48. The Sergio Show on News Talk 710 KURV. This Monday edition, we're on the road with Jay Gonzalez, injury attorneys. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH. Thank you to Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing, ChamberlainLTD.com for this hour of the program. Jesse Gonzalez and I were talking earlier about World Cup. Producer Freddie, who's into everything soccer, everything football, he texted me this, Jesse. So our country ranks 15th. Mexico ranking 16th in the world. Yeah. And as far as the finals and semifinals, I was surprised. One semifinal will be played at AT&T up in Dallas. The other is going to be played in Hotlanta in Atlanta.
Okay.
And then the final, you want to guess where the final is going to be played?
I thought it was
LA.
LA.
It was LA.
Yeah.
You're sticking with LA. New Jersey.
Really?
Isn't that weird?
Wow.
New Jersey MetLife Stadium will be the final for the World Cup.
Of all places.
Freddie, if you can hear me, and I hope he does, I hate that stupid little speaker. He can't hear me. I know it starts mid-June because the first game in Houston is right after the Republican convention. Check this out. The state convention for Republicans ends one day before the first game in Houston. You can just see tens of thousands of people checking out of the hotel and tens of thousands of people checking into the hotel on that Saturday, Sunday combination. Wow. That's mid-June. So I'm guessing, what would it be, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, going well into July?
Yeah,
right?
I would
Probably
say
like
so.
a month long of
I would say, yeah.
The tournament. All right, so that's an update on that. I needed to ask you something else. I know we had a list here of other items.
Oh, yeah.
Recent travels for you. You told me you took the babies. You had the babies and you went to Colorado with them. Any other travels you did recently?
I took them to Vail.
Yeah.
We went up there to ski. It's official. Gigi at age 7 is a better skier than me.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't keep up with her. Just no fear.
Well, it's less painful for her. She has a less distance to fall once.
For sure. And so, had a blast. My son Joaquin was up there too. I also had my older son, Alaric, there as well. So we were all kind of skiing
How
together.
is he doing?
Doing
Mr.
great.
Man.
He's at U of H.
Yeah.
One more year to go.
Has he
Undergrad.
gone to any of the basketball stuff? Because U of H is in the Sweet
Yeah.
16 now. Has he gone to any of that?
So it's gotten to the Sweet 16 already?
This past weekend, it was the Cougars, U of H, and the Longhorns
Are also in the Sweet 16.
They beat Gonzaga, major upset.
Wow.
And they're in the Sweet 16.
That's
So there you go.
awesome.
So it's the Elite Eight, what they call it, right? It's coming weekend.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be great.
They start Thursday. Freddie said they start.
That's
Thursday.
awesome. That's
Has he
great.
gone to?
No.
Is it still Hoffein's auditorium? They're in Houston. Hoffein's.
I've asked him here and there, but I don't think he's been to any of
that
the
would
U
be
of
the-
H games. But for sure, I think that'd be amazing.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. You were talking about some of the travels. You went to.
Yeah, no. So we did Vail, but we just went to Vail and that's it. Came back home and I've been here, but it was warm. It was warm in Colorado. Wasn't expecting it.
I had a friend who sent a question, said that the World Cup anthem "Jump," I guess, has been released. Have you heard it?
No.
Okay, we'll move beyond that one. See what else is here. Some of the notes.
The only one that I remember was back in '98, I believe, with Ricky Martin.
Okay.
It was kind of like a Viva la Vida Loca kind of thing, but it was a World Cup theme song.
Oh, is that what it was?
Well, it kind of had that sound to it.
Wasn't it like un, dos, tres?
Yeah.
Un pasito para adelante,
Yeah.
Maria.
Was that
the theme?
I think it's something like that, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that was a cool one.
It's National Tamale Day. So producer Freddie and yours truly, chicken cheese or beaten cheese, and take the wrapping off, put it on the grill, and toast it up really nice.
Of course.
Your favorite tamales? What's,
Definitely bean and cheese over the other option, but you got to have ketchup with tamales. You got to have ketchup,
I
sir.
forgot about that.
Yes, you
Why
got to
did
have
I bring-
ketchup.
yeah, why did I bring that up?
Yes.
That's just wrong, man. Yeah.
I mean, look.
Open up your wallet. Turn in your Mexican
Look,
card. That's just wrong.
Earlier, you asked me in the World Cup, am I going to wear the Mexican shirt or the American shirt? I said American, and you commended me for saying I would wear the American shirt. I'm doing the American thing with the tamales with the ketchup, and now you're making fun of me. like I'm being bullied because I do it American style.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I'm not Mexican enough for you, Serge.
Tell you what, all you have to do, Ice shows up, all you have to do is show him a tamale with some ketchup on it. Oh, yeah, he's fine.
No, leave me
He's
alone.
fine.
Yeah, he's a gringo.
He's one of us. That's the way they eat their tamales over at Ice with some ketchup.
With some ketchup.
Just like you.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's National Puppies Day. Oh, precious little puppy.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like migas, do you like migas?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you like migas with flour tortillas?
No.
Why would you not double your
What is
pleasure?
wrong with you?
You know that commercial, double your pleasure? The peppermint or whatever, double mint? You have migas, which is corn tortillas with eggs. But then if you put that in a flour tortilla, Serge, it's another level.
Oh, a taco.
Right? Well, you could just eat it with a tortilla.
So you have the corn tortillas that are fried with the egg.
That's the migas.
And then put them inside a flour tortilla.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or you eat it with the flour tortilla.
Yeah,
You
okay.
cut it in pieces and then you
Okay.
mix it with beans.
Put some
refried
salsita
beans.
in it.
Yeah.
And some ketchup.
Do it Mexican style.
There we go.
You know, a la mexicana.
I really doubt that Mexicans eat their migas that way, but that's
I'm
a
just-
South Texas creation.
I'm just telling you, Serge.
Yeah, that's a South Texas
I
creation.
mean,
Right.
I gave you Whataburger tips earlier. They're getting another free plug. And now we're talking about tamales, ketchup, and migas with flour tortillas. This is like the show where we're telling people the way things should be eaten here in the Valley.
Well, I tell you what, everybody's ready for lunch by the time we're ready with a conversation on a Monday. They're definitely ready for lunch. Okay, so cats or dogs? Today is National Puppy Day. Precious little puppy. Cats or dogs for you? Which one?
You know, it was never a question before. It was always dogs all the way, all the way. But recently, I like to watch like animal stuff on social media, like safari stuff, like lions eating warthogs and chasing them down, and that stuff gets through the algorithm. It feeds me all the animal hunting stuff.
Yeah.
And occasionally, I'll get a cat, and they'll hunt mice, and it shows how they're fighting snakes.
Yeah.
And it's, you see a little harmless looking cat taking on a cobra. Like, wow, it's pretty impressive stuff. So my appreciation for cats has grown tremendously because of all of the footage I see now of them being hunters. And so it'd be nice for me to have a cat. I'll throw the cat in there now, cat and a dog. So, whereas before I would never want to do that.
Producer Freddie takes care of all the feral cats that come over to his house. And in our neighborhood, North McAllen, I call her Kitty. I know it's not very original, but she's really cute. And I sent Freddie a picture. So
yeah.
Yeah. That at the end. Are you gonna feed me? That she only meows when she gets hungry. And I feed her every day. So
wow.
We don't bring her into the house. She wants to get into the house. I think she belongs to somebody. She has to have like a collar.
Of course.
There's got no name on it. Anyway. Listen, I got about 2-3 minutes left. We better get to business. Barratry. You and I haven't talked about barratry in a while, the practice of ambulance chasing.
When I first started doing these interviews with you, it was because I wanted to get the message out.
Yeah.
And I wanted a serious audience. And I felt like, KURV obviously has serious listenership. And, I wanted to get the word out. And that's how this whole thing started with you and I having our show. But, barratry to me is a big, big problem here in South Texas because a lot of lawyers don't have enough of a reputation on their own or have been practicing for enough time to have a client base. And so they feel like they have to cheat and they don't want to advertise either. They won't pay any advertisers. They won't do TV, radio. They won't do billboards. So they'll hire these people to cold call accident victims by cutting side deals with people that get information, first responders of accident victims. They get their names, their numbers, their addresses, and so forth. These people may come from either the 911 call centers where people call 911, they'll get their information, or hospital personnel, administrative assistants, or ambulance personnel that gets all this private personal information, which is a violation in of itself. They shouldn't be giving out that info, but they do. They sell it to these individuals who then get cases for these lawyers who pay them to go get these cases up front. And it's a shame because the accident victim ends up paying for that criminal conduct. It's not free. It's very expensive, actually, and they make a good living breaking the law. And it's all funded by the accident victims who ends up hiring these individuals. And it's a shame because it turns into inflated medical bills, and it turns into inflated legal costs. For example, instead of a bill being $2,000 or $1,000, it'll be $4,000 or $5,000, and that helps them pay for the barratry operation they've got going. The lawyer may have expenses for private investigators, but it's not a private investigator, it's the runner. It's the guy out there breaking the law that's getting the case for them. And so it's a shame because you've got an accident victim now paying for their own case so that these individuals can sign it up. So if you want to avoid that middleman that's going to get paid from your injuries, don't hire these individuals. Don't allow them to sell you on what they're going to, service they're going to offer you. And they're going to make it sound real official. We're calling from this agency in Texas that helps accident victims. We're a nonprofit organization. They make it sound legit. And unfortunately, it's not true because the law clearly states that nobody should call an accident victim within 30 days of an accident. So you get any calls from anybody offering services, they're breaking the law and they're getting paid. And you're going to end up funding that operation. So best thing to do is just call me.
So Jesse Gonzalez, Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, definitely do not accept any calls, anybody calling you, reaching out to you, asking asking to represent you.
Sure.
Now, you as the customer, you need to go look for reputable attorneys. Jay Gonzalez, Jesse Gonzalez, call 1-800-CAR-CRASH. Anything bad happened to you on the road, God forbid. If it does, call Jesse. Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, call 1-800-CAR-CRASH. All right, brother. We'll see you in a few days.
Thank you, sir.
This is KURV Edinburgh. It's 10 o'clock.
The tax sales event has arrived at South Texas Buick GMC. Drive home a powerful